Welcome to my first poker training video. My name is Anthony, and the purpose of this video is to be uploaded on grindpokertraining.com, which I will get into later what exactly that is. And if you found this on that site, you probably already know what it is. As you can see, this is not a fresh session. This is actually my first time filming myself play poker, so it's been quite horrific so far. This is like the third time I've tried recording, so hopefully this one turns out. I started with just one table. This is a 50 no limit, 25 cent, 50 cent zone poker game on Bovada Poker. If you're unfamiliar with Bovada Poker, everything is anonymous here. So I'm going to call here. I didn't even click. I don't know. My computer's been very laggy. So I don't know what's like. I didn't click on the all-in, but I think I clicked and like hovered the all-in, so it worked. Whatever. Okay, so we just won that pot. So I started like, look at what the heck is going on. So I started this session with just this one on the top left, this table on the top left, and quickly lost a buy-in. I had pocket queens, got it in on like a jack high flop. It was an interesting spot pre-flop where it was like a family pot, and I made a big 3-bet, and then the initial, okay, come on. The initial raiser, so I 3-bet. The guy under the gun raised, everyone called. I made a big 3-bet with pocket queens. Everyone called the 3-bet. The flop was jack high, and it checked to the initial raiser, who had roughly like 45. We both had like 45 behind, I believe. He opened like 25, which was pot, and it folded to me. I just min raised all in, and everyone folded. He called. He had king jack. The turn was a king, and I lost a buy-in really quick. I lost a couple other hands, and then rebought another like $20 or so. I'm just gonna check here. I think probably should have bet. So whatever. So I opened up another table, wanting to get more hands, and I was roughly in at one. I'm in for, I think, like 175 is what I've been saying, which is what I think I'm in for. I guess I'm just checking. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, whatever. I'm in for like 175. That's what I've been saying, and so I think I'm up now is what I appear. And I haven't been playing that well. I've been very flustered with this whole recording. Been playing very poorly. I got lucky, I think, twice. I mean, they weren't horrible plays. I got it in with like I had bottom pair and a gut shot on the turn, and somehow the pot was like, I had 3-bet with, I think it was like, I had 7-9 suited. I 3-bet pre-flop. He called. The flop was like 8-10 something, 8-10 something, and I c-bet rather large. He called. The turn was a 7, so I turned third pair. I think it was like 7-10 or 8-10. 8-10, we'll say 2. 8-10, 2-7 was the board. And then he led into me. That doesn't make sense, but okay, we'll stick with that. He led into me like 13 into 30 something. And I called. And then I rivered the 6 for the straight. Does that make sense? I rivered the 6 for the straight, and I went all in, and he called. He had flopped a set of 8s. So I got lucky with that hand. But I mean, we didn't get it all in until I'm not even going to try to justify it. We didn't get it in until I had the straight, so that's fine. I've been lagging out a lot on these tables. So yeah, there was that hand. There was one hand where I got it on the flop with like ace king. Another time I had 3-bet pre-flop, and some guy didn't have that much behind, and I c-bet like $5. He min-raised to 10. He only had like another 10 behind, so I got it in on like it was like a jack random board, and he had like pocket threes, and I ended up rivering a straight. I think I went runner straight or something. So those were the two like kind of iffy hands that I played, and and then I played another really weird hand with I had ace king, flop was king high, like king jack something with 2 spades. It was a 3-bet pot as well. It was 3 of us. They checked me on the flop. I c-bet rather like more than half pot. Probably close to like 2/3 pot. They both called. Autopiloting over here, I guess. I c-bet. They both called, and the pot was like 50 something. It was this bottom right table, so I had more than pot left. They both had less than pot size bet, and then the turn was random. Like maybe like the 4 of hearts. So I didn't complete the flush or anything, and they both checked to me, and I just effectively put them both all in, and they both folded. So it was a huge pot, but it was wasn't that much action. So those were the 3 interesting hands so far, besides when I got stacked early. And yeah, so hopefully this video makes it. This is, as I said, this is like the 3rd or 4th one where I'm trying to record it. And the purpose of this video is to be put on grindpokertraining.com, as I mentioned. The grindpokertraining.com is a website that I designed and developed and have recently launched, sort of. I mean, it's live, like you can go to it and use it, but I haven't done any marketing or told anybody about it, so at this moment there is no content on it. And what the site is essentially it is a open marketplace to buy and sell poker training videos. So it's basically there's like a store. You go, you view all the videos that are for sale. You can sign up. All the transactions are done through PayPal, whether you're a trainer in selling videos and cashing out, or you're buying videos, you pay with PayPal. I'm gonna 3-bet over here. 425. At some point we will try to talk about poker during this video. I haven't been doing very good at it. So if you're actually looking for a poker, I should have said at the beginning, if you're actually looking for a good poker training content-free video, you should look somewhere else. I'm just going to fold over here. Probably should have just spotted. Yeah, so there's plenty of other great options. This is my first one. It has not been going very well today so far. I guess I call. I didn't click that again. My computer lag is been very frustrating. I guess I'm going to call now. So yeah, it's an open marketplace to buy and sell training videos. Transactions are done through PayPal. I'm going to raise pocket tens on this left table. I am going to just call. We're going to just call on the right table. And I'm going to c-bet on the left table. Okay, it looks like I'm going to fold on that one. This is really bad, my computer lag. Transactions are done through PayPal. I'm sure you're finding this video on grindpokertraining.com, so I am sure that you already know about this. I don't know why I am telling you. And so you can just sign up to view the videos, buy the videos, download the videos, watch the videos. Or you can also, with just a click of a button, just creating a standard account, you can become a trainer. And when you become a trainer, you have more options available to you, and you can actually upload and sell your poker training videos. Like I could upload this horrible video and sell it on the website. So you can, if that's something you're interested in, you can go check that out. And yeah, so anyone can be a trainer. You can upload unlimited videos. You can upload for each video. You can have it between like one. You can have it between 1 and 10 video files. So you can upload like a series if you wanted to, and then you can set the price. You can after you upload, you can edit the information. There's like tags and filters you add to the videos so that from the store you can narrow it down. When you're looking for a video, like I can choose like just, you know, like I want a live no limit hold'em 9-handed small stakes video, and then it can narrow down to that. You can also narrow it down by the specific trainer. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have another video series where I'm actually gonna walk through the website and like make a sample account and show you how to upload videos and all that. It should be very straightforward, but I'll do that separately. So probably done talking about that in this video. And yeah, so I believe I'm up right now. Probably like, I think it's close to $50 maybe. And yeah. Just gonna fold. It's 9-3. I guess we'll actually try to talk about poker now at this point. I'm going to open this 2-6 suited. I mean, it's not a standard play, but alright, computer lag is real. So it looks like I'm min raising over here. And the big blind does not fold correctly. I'm going to see that. Try to type in $1.15. It's not that horrible. Probably flop we have a gut shot. We did not turn our flush draw. The ace is a good card for us, I believe, so I'm going to c-bet. I mean, not c-bet, but barrel again on the turn here. Just going to fold king 6 off. He calls again. What could he fold? I think he could have a lot of hands that do fold. Like 4s, 5s, 9s. If he has an ace, he's not folding, but I'm not trying to get an ace to fold. I don't think an ace would ever fold. And he snap calls with an ace. 2 pair. 2 pair, okay. I can't beat that. But, so in that case, if he had just like a naked 4, that's what I'm trying to get fold. Naked 4s, random 4s, random 5s, maybe anything else besides like an ace. I don't know how he would get there with a jack, maybe somehow he gets there with a jack, like jack 2. I don't think he's calling too tough with that. Yeah, whatever. I'm fine with that hand. I'm going to fold 7-2 over here. I'm not even clicking. It's just like I'm not looking at it. So yeah. I'm just going to check over here in the big blind. Dominate suited. Not the best flop for us. Playing on 3-bet. Okay, he 3-bets. Small blind 3-bets. For $5. In the other 3 videos, this is a spot I definitely would have called. And this is very nitty. But I'm just going to fold. I kind of wish I should have just played it. I mean, I don't think playing it is wrong. I think 4-betting there would be a little questionable. But not, I mean, well, not really. Like, I put them on exactly aces and kings. I think all options could be debated there. And folding's probably the worst one. And that's what I did. Tends to be a problem. The longer sessions I play, I feel like if I'm losing a lot, like I'll get more aggressive as I, not necessarily tilt, but like as I am more eager to win my money back. I'm gonna open 6-8 here from the small blind. But yeah, but like if I'm winning or even or whatever, like the longer I play, the more like if I know I'm quitting soon, which I'm not necessarily quitting soon, but I start to, you know, tighten up. Like, oh, okay, fold my ace king suited from the big blind, like a nit. All right, opening ace 6 suited over here. I'm not sure. This might be really annoying too. I'm gonna have to look on the playback having these 2 tables tiled the way they are, where they're kind of overlapping, like switching between the 2. Which, like, I know it's like, for me, it's fine because I know when I'm cooking this table or cooking this table. But if you're watching, I feel like that could be really annoying. Like you're looking at this table and then all of a sudden I'm cooking over here. So that's probably very annoying. And ideally, I was just gonna single table, but after I started losing, I just wanted to play more hands, and I don't have anything to talk about in the in between hands. So there were plenty of dull times, and I have no idea what happened over here. I would assume I opened. Okay, I'm gonna. Do I have just the best hand? Should I not even be betting? Is he ever gonna fold better? I guess I'm just gonna check. If we chop it, I probably maybe possibly probably not. I could have got that hand to fold. I think that hand could fold. But I didn't even notice. But I didn't even see. But like, I'm definitely not playing my optimal game right now, which I will try to correct right now. Folding queen five. Fold it. Put up over here. Jack queen from the button under the gun. Razor here. I'm probably just going to fold. Gone to fold. Just gun to fold. As I'm going to call. I don't think that thing's really bad. I'm going to flat here from the big blind as well with 7-9 suited. As I flop a double gut shot. To either the 6 or the 10. Or the 6 or 10 would be nice. Would help me very much. And I'm going for it. Right? Alright, I'm going to see bet over here. Let's try to salvage this hand. Pocket kings. Alright, as he check raises over here, I'm just going to fold over here. He could be bluffing, but that's really dry flop. I doubt. I mean, that's probably any big ace. Not to put his range like exact, but I don't see why he'd be. But there's any reason to believe that my Jack Queen is going to get there, or that he's going to slow down and I'm going to be able to win the hand at some point. I'm going to open 10 King offsuit from the button. And I've also noticed, in one of the earlier videos I was talking a lot about that I'm expecting these games to be very, very nitty and passive, because when I've been playing, the sessions I've been playing, I've been late at night, or relatively late at night, like around midnight, in these zone 50 no limit games, and for the most part it is really passive. I don't know if everyone's just tired or what that's playing them. But so I came into this thinking that the games were going to be very nitty. I was planning on opening a ton of hands, like whenever it's folded to me, besides like under the gun maybe. It was my strategy coming into this video, but in the first couple of videos I was getting played back at a lot and getting 3-bet a lot. So I think that there's definitely, based on the time zones, because I've definitely noticed the games at night, or at least my opinion, are pretty nitty. And as I talk, I'm not even able to play, apparently. So I'm going to c-bet over here. I opened ace-8 from the cutoff, a 3 diamond flop, which is kind of worrisome. But at the same time, I don't think he's ever folding a diamond. So I can extract a little bit of value from diamond hands. And I'm going to bet again, actually. No reason to believe I'm beat at this moment. He's definitely calling with any diamonds, I think. Like if he has the queen of diamonds, which he has a pair and a flush, like he's not folding his turn. I'm going to check here and give him the opportunity to bluff. And I could potentially see myself folding if he bets big, but he doesn't. And he turn 2 pair. That's perfectly fine too. That's not folding. I'm surprised he checked back the river. I mean, it's not that passive a play to check back. I guess maybe it is. I'd like to think that I would bet for value if I had inkling on that board. Like, what do I have that he's losing to that I'm checking? Unless I had maybe something like ace-9 or something, and was all of a sudden worried of the flush on the river when it doesn't. The 4th diamond doesn't come. Alright, just going to fold the king 7. I'm just going to fold king 6 over here, checking king 10. My play is very questionable. I'm just going to fold. Okay. Let's try to focus now. Try to focus. I think even if you're not like a trainer and you just watch poker content and that's what you're looking for, I would suggest, even if you have no like intentions of posting the video, to try recording yourself. Because I mean, it's pretty different. Like, I actually have been struggling with it. Like, I'm not even half the time I don't even know what the plays I'm making are, because I'm so focused about this whole recording nonsense. But I think in theory, like, trying to talk out your plays and whatnot would be very helpful to like go back and watch and listen to, and realize like, what do you like? There's plenty of times I'm gonna go back and watch his hands and be like, what are you talking about? Like, what you're saying is not making sense, and it would help you with your thought process a lot, I think. So even if I didn't have intentions of posting this video, I think it's very helpful to do. So I would encourage anyone trying to get better at poker to take that step, or try to do that. Okay, I'm gonna raise here because I would like to get it in. There's the flush draw possibility. There's definitely, he could have a better 9. Okay, I'm very happy with that play from my standpoint. But just the fact that if he had like a better ace, like an ace king or ace queen, he could potentially put me on a flush. Like, I don't want the flush to come and kill my action on the turn. So he could have a better 9, which is fine. I mean, he barely had any money left anyways. So I don't even know. I think I raised to 12. I don't know if that's necessarily the correct play. I'm going to call over here with a6. I'm going to raise with 8. But I think if I just flat, like, so often, at least like the times that stand out to me, so often it gets, like, the flush comes, or an action killer card comes. Whatever that may be, like another ace or something. And then, then I'm putting my money in very questionably. I feel like if it still goes in, he easily could get scared away. Like, if he had ace-3, the turn comes a club, then he just shuts down. But I mean, at the same time, then he could have like random pocket pair, be raising like as a bluff, and I'm taking away his opportunity to bluff when I raise. But I like, in that situation, I think I like it better on the flop. It worked out. The results are right, whatever. Alright, so I open 10-jack over here on the left table from the cutoff, get called by just the big blind. I'm going to start with a c-bet, flop a gut shot. I'm just going to c-bet 150 again. I'm going to just min-raise these pocket fours over here. Comes another 7. I definitely think betting here could be good, getting better hands to fold, like random queens and kings. I'm going to check now because I'm being passive, but I don't think checking is necessarily bad over here, but I don't think that it's necessarily the right play, if there is a right play. Like, I think betting, that wouldn't be a bad spot to bet twice. But I actually kind of like that. I'm going to call here. I actually do kind of like my check back over there. I can't check back. Ideally, I would have bet the turn, but he's calling the turn no matter what, so I guess I paid money. Whatever. I think I like the check. Gonna fold the 6-2. I won with pocket 4s. So doesn't really have extension. 8 queen. I'm going to open the fold the 2 over here. This would actually be interesting. I think I would really like to watch a good poker player play like an anonymous zone poker video, because I think I'd like to hear the way they think and the way they assess situations, because like I think it definitely does add a different dynamic being anonymous and on zone. Like anonymous by itself is definitely different, but then anonymous and on zone poker as well. Like, that'd be interesting. I feel like I'm not capable of applying those concepts. If that makes sense. 25. Almost good for now. Which is perfectly fine. Because like I don't know, all those spots, like, should I never be opening wide? Should I never be opening light? Or should I be opening lighter more often? Because I can see it being both ways. Like, whenever you get played back at, you're getting played back at most likely from a stronger range. But then at the same time, when you're opening wider, you're going to get folds a lot more often. Because everyone's just sitting there waiting for premium hands. Even though that's not necessarily the case. As I've noticed in this session, that there has been a lot of aggressive play. And I don't know about a lot of aggressive play, but it's definitely not as passive as I had, for whatever reason, thought. How long has this been down? 27 minutes? I'm probably going to keep this going for a little bit longer, maybe like 10 minutes. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Folding 6-2. First time I'm going to open, I'm just going to fold. I think that's fine. As things have slowed down. I'm going to fold Jack 5 from the small blind. I mean, that's a spot, like, I'm not even paying attention, but I could easily just fold now. Early, I think I don't think that's would be the wrong play. I'm just going to flat here from the button in position with a plenty good hand. I'm going to flat here as well with 6-4 of hearts. I definitely could do something here. Like start by calling with intentions of doing something later on. And there it goes. I'm just going to fold now. In a perfect world, I think maybe he shuts down even if he does shut down, maybe that's just a horrible play, because even if he does have like a random ace high, and I float the flop, and then he checks, like, I don't even know if there's that much of his range that's going to be folding the turn, if he checks and I bet. Where, like, I think I'm possibly making more mistakes by calling the flop. Because then on the turn, he could be firing maybe a ton of his range that I should not be folding to, but I think my fold is perfectly fine. I think what I'm trying to say is that folding the flop would have been fine, I think, in that situation. I'm going to flat here or complete, I should say, with ace-9. Not the best flop for us. 9-4. Normally, I feel like I'm thinking that it's a perfectly fine fold. 9-4 offsuit. I feel like if this was earlier in the video, I would have opened it because I was way more ambitious. But we're just kind of coasting to the finish over here. I could take a stab over here, but I'm just going to check. Like I've been saying a lot. I could do this, but I'm just going to fold. I'm just going to check. And now I'm going to fold. Just going to fold now. With the 6 time, ace queen on this right here. with the king. I'm going to open here. I'm going to make it like 175, I think. 150 is fine. 175 is fine. $2 is fine, I think. All of those are fine. Raising for value. He's going to continue. Player 2 over here is going to continue with, I think, perfectly fine with 100% of whatever range he's limping with. I think he definitely will see this as interesting. I mean, more often than not, this is definitely really strong. I'm just going to fold here. I'm not even going to try to whatever. But yeah, the old limp raise. Very tilting when that happens, especially live poker. It always makes me angry. Same with over bet shoving, like for value. I always do it. I've gotten some very light calls in the past, but just whenever anybody overbet shoves me, even if I have like the nut low, I always like instantly think I want to call. For whatever reason it is, I always want to call, even if I have like the ultimate worst hand. There's just something about it. And I just flatted, I believe, this player open. A flop top pair. He only has $16 behind. This is possibly, I mean, he c-bets rather large. I think this is a fine spot to raise, and I'm going to raise to like 885, a little less than 3x, like basically 3x. And I'm fine getting in there with him, I guess. I mean, he only has $16 behind. I flat here. Like, he could be c-bet bluffing. This is fine, I'm just going to go with it. I can't even see. Okay, he has hearts. And he gets it. That's fine. If I were to have just called... I think that's perfectly fine. I'm not worried about that at all. I think that's fine. And just going to fold the 5-7. Folding 10-8. I guess I didn't fold the 5-7. Folding the 4. See what else. King queen. I could 3-bet this. That would be fine. I think I'm just going to flat here. Folding is definitely would be, I think, a bad play. Not really an option. And yeah, I'm fine with flatting. I think 3-betting would have been fine as well, whether it be small or larger, like something like 285 or like even like 350. I think would be fine. And then he just checks. I'm gonna bet. I very likely have the best hand, or could have the best hand. He could definitely fold worse, like random pocket pairs. Definitely a good turn card for us. Maybe it's a good card for him too. I think I am just going to call here. I don't really see the point in raising. Unless I could put him like exactly on some kind of club hand that's going to call. But I'm just going to call here. 4 clubs, interesting river card. And he checks. So is he going to call with worse if I bet? Is he calling with any king? What kings could he have? King Jack, exactly. King 10? Does he raise King 10 pre-flop? Does he call with like 8s? I think I'm just gonna check. Yeah, or he's definitely calling with that. That's for sure. Gonna flat with the 10 Jack over here. So yeah, back to that hand. I had King Queen. The flush completes on the river. I'm surprised he didn't see. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's bad, but he didn't c-bet with that hand. I would assume he would c-bet with that hand on the flop. I'm going to just call over here. You know, I'm getting the another 8 on the river. I guess I'm just gonna check potentially call. So yeah, I just don't think there was any back to that where he had ace king on that hand. I just don't know of any hands if I were to bet that are worse than my hands that call. Besides maybe exactly king jack, but that question I could see that opening min raising pre-flop under the gun. I guess not many worse kings that do that. There could be two pair hands. I just feel like everything. There wasn't much I was beating at all. I think maybe king jack only, maybe like a random pocket pair. Like I don't know. I don't think eights would even call, or maybe if he had like jacks or queens, but that hand's definitely c betting. I think so. I can't really think of a single hand that I beat that would play that way. So that is why I checked that. And he's definitely not folding the hand he had. Maybe not definitely. Like I think he's calling. Not that I'd ever try to really bluff that hand. King 3 on the bottom right. See, as I mentioned, I don't have any plans to make this like a series of any sort. Maybe when I get more experience, I might start like a real series. Like trying to, not like a challenge, like building a bankroll, but trying to beat maybe 50 no limit. I didn't click all. I don't know how that happened. My computer is being very bad, as I've mentioned many times. I've been at 50 no limit. I haven't been playing that much. I've been putting almost all my effort into developing the website. So I think I started like maybe at the end of summer. I put like just $200 on playing 5 no limit and 10 no limit, and ran it up to maybe like less than 500. I don't even think I had started taking shots at 25 no limit. I think I had started taking shots at 25 no limit. Not that I hadn't played that high before, but starting out with just that $200 bankroll, trying to build it up. And I'm just going to call here. Let him continue bluffing now that we have probably the same hand. Or let him bluff if he doesn't have an ace. So here I'm going to raise small. That's not really small. 850. Okay, that's fine. So he was bluffing, so that's fine. So I had ran it up to like probably around 500. Wasn't playing that well, or was running bad, whatever the case was, and kind of I stopped playing for a while. Then I started playing, had the urge to play tournaments, so I started playing some tournaments. Played tournaments quite a bit for like 3 weeks and ran it up to, I think it was like right under like 1,300, and then playing just like $5 and $10 tournaments and $20 tournaments towards the end after I had won a couple. I think I won like a $3 and then won or final tabled a couple $10 and then won a $10 and then final table like a $15 or whatever happened. Got it up to like 1,300 and lost. Playing like over the next week after that was playing some more tournaments and just didn't cash anything. Started bricking everything. And was down to like 1,100 and kind of wasn't discouraged, but just didn't really have the urge to play as I was also working on the site and whatnot. And then then NFL was going on. I started sports betting a decent amount. Got it. I was actually doing well, making like strict bets, like only like whatever it was, like 1%, like making $11 or $12 bets. And got it up a couple hundred started playing poker a little bit here and there. I'm going to make a small 3-bet here. We're both pretty deep. I don't want to make a huge 3-bet because I want him to continue with whatever range he's opening under the gun, which is most likely a very tight range. Or you can just fold. That's perfectly fine. As I was saying. So sports betting, ran it up a little bit more, got it up to like the 1300s. Then I think I just hovered. Then at that point, I was like playing a little bit of poker here and there, doing like wasn't sports betting as seriously. Like it was like 3 weeks where I was like betting, like making a lot of bets on college football, NFL. Did pretty well at the beginning, and then just kind of broke even for a while. And then was around 1400. Then started playing. Kind of realized like, oh, I'm at like 50 no limit. I can actually start like playing, trying to build it up again. Like got inspired again to start playing some more. And that's when I started playing 50 no limit. Did well at the beginning, and since then I think I've lost like maybe like 5 or 6 buy-ins. I'm down around like high 1200s. At least when I started this video, I think I was maybe low 1300s. So I mean, depending on how this goes, I could see myself making some more videos, just trying to get some more free content on the site. Grind poker training, that is. As well as trying to build my bankroll up a little bit on Bovada. I'm just gonna fold ace 2 over here on the left, and I think it's I'm gonna call on pre-flop here. Glad I did. Glad I called pre-flop. Wonderful call. Let's start with a check over here. I was actually thinking about folding, but I don't think that's anywhere near the right play necessarily. Like I don't think I should be in love with my hand and go crazy. Post flop. I'm just gonna start with a flat here and then checking again on all turns. And going for a check raise potentially here. Yeah, that's half pot again. So if he is bluffing, I think he's probably shutting down. Like I don't know if I could potentially. But that's a brick turn. And he folds. So I mean, if he did have like a complete bluff, like he has, not necessarily a complete bluff, but like 9-10 or something that's not very connected, that's not calling my raise. He could be bluffing the river as well, but like I'd rather just get value from like ace kings, ace jacks. Maybe let him think I'm bluffing and try to come over the top. I don't dislike my raise on the turn. Check call and flop. I check call flop and check raise turn. And top 2. I'm going to bet again just because it makes. If he has like a jack, it looks like it's a lot less likely for me to have an ace. So it's going to. Whatever he called on the flop, I think he could easily talk himself into going on the turn. And then on this river, I think I'm going to bet small. I'm just going to bet 5, a third of the pot. Is that okay? The reason I'm betting small is because I think if he, for the same reason I bet see like a jack on the, like I don't want to, like he could potentially call big on the river, but if I check to him, I think he's checking back 100% of the time, especially with that hand. If I were to bet huge, I don't think he's necessarily calling. Like I think he would call maybe more if I were to bet like half pot, or like maybe even like 2/3. I could see him calling with a jack, but I think my bet was fine. Just trying to get value from those hands that called on the ace high flop, and then the ace comes on the turn. It makes it less likely for me to have an ace. Potentially makes my credibility go down, and he likes his hand that much more and calls on the turn and called on the river. But I don't think if I checked him, I don't think he was going to bet. Unless he had a complete bluff, but I don't think there were that many complete bluffs on that hand. I think he had some sort of showdown value. I'm going to start with a check. I think betting here would have been fine. But I think I do get called by a lot of single spades, any pair, any sort of straight draw. My hand isn't that great. Like, I don't have an issue folding. I'm just going to fold. And I'm sitting out over here for now. So yeah, this video has been going on now for 45 minutes. So maybe I will just sit out next big blind on both of these. And then just play till I'm at the big blind for both of these, so I should get roughly like 6 more hands each, or 5 more hands each, but that's not always the case. Well, I can't wait to watch this video back and see how horrible and not interesting it is. Okay. Computer lag is getting bad again. I hope this clicking, I think probably not this video, but one of the previous ones I tried recording. I feel like I should have got a mouse or something, because I feel like the clicking would be really annoying if you guys can hear that. Because I know, like, if I've ever watched, like, videos where people, like, type or click, it's, like, the most annoying thing ever. And also, I think I might have mentioned in this video, but the whole clicking back and forth, like, it's not annoying for me. I should have probably opened it. Oh, I guess I can. Maybe I can. Okay, I'm gonna minimize because I won't let me click plus. Like, it's not annoying for me because I know, like, I'm clicking over here, but if you're, like, watching and you're, like, focusing on this bottom right table, and then I'm clicking over here and, like, clicking back, I could see it being very annoying. So I feel like that could be an issue. And ideally, I'd mentioned that I was only going to single table, but sort of losing and opening another table. I'm just going to fold the 10-2 on the right table. I think that's totally fine. So assuming I don't lose, I'm just going to thought over here. It's like a red jump thought. Thought up here. And I'm just going to open. I don't want it to go check. I don't want it to check through. I think a lot of hands do call. Thank you. Ace on the turn isn't the best card. I think I'm going to bet again, though, because I feel like... And I just folded over there. What am I doing? I'm going to bet again. Not that big, but because I think whatever called the flop that I'm beating is still calling on my turn. And I'm going to start with a check here now. And the reason now, like, because if he had, like, any draw, like, any random diamonds, any, like, Jack 9, 7 9, hand like that, on the flop is still going to call the turn, I think. Like, so I think he could have an ace here, but it was just limp. I'm going to call here, I think. I'm going to call. He could have an ace, definitely. And he got there anyways. He did have, okay, he had Jack then. I thought he would be more likely to have, I don't know why I would be more likely to think he had like a Jack 9 or 7 9 than like a Jack Queen, like an open-ended versus a gut shot. But regardless, he got there, and I still called. But that was bad, because if he did have, like, say he did have 7 9 or Jack 9 and he rivers the 9, he's probably checking back. He's not necessarily going to be turn his hand into a bluff once he gets a pair. I probably should have. I mean, unless he had, the only hand I'm really beating then is random clubs that are bluffing. But then again, it could have looked like I had that. Can I pull the hand back up? Because if I had a hand like clubs or something, because I bet the flop and bet the turn, and then I check the river, it could look like I'm just giving up. Like I was betting on some sort of draw, whatever it may be. So, but I don't, because that same range of his would probably be bluffing regardless of what it looks like. Like there's no difference between the range of his that's going to bluff because he's just bluffing because he can't win at showdown, and that's the same range that's going to be betting because I have a weak. Or that it looks like I potentially gave up. Is this even the right hand? Oh, I do not know how to use this. I would assume it would be the last hand. I don't know what's going on. Oh, this is that hand, right? No, it's not. Because it was a 10, it was an 8-10 something board. Okay, I'm not gonna. I guess I'm not gonna know the final hand. I don't know how to. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. This is embarrassing. Okay, we'll look at this one. All right. So yeah, so I think it was limped pre-flop. Oh, you know, let's just play it. It was limp pre-flop. I'm pretty sure. Okay, it's. I have no idea what it's doing. All right, so yes, it was limp pre-flop. Then let's just go to the end of the hand. All right, it was limp pre-flop. Then I led pretty small. Oh my god, this is horrible. I led pretty small on the flop, and then I led the turn as well. And he actually did turn more equity with Jack Queen, giving him another. The king would give him a straight as well. So I think my flaw in my logic of calling on the river was me thinking, for whatever reason, that he was more likely to have like a Jack-9 or a 7-9. Like, there's so many hands that beat me on the river, now thinking about it. Maybe that's being results-oriented, right? But, because he could be bluffing with random diamonds. But on the river, I was thinking he had some sort of straight draw with the 9, maybe. He could have had like an 8-9 or a 10. I should have folded. I should have folded. That's maybe results oriented, but looking back, like there's really nothing that I beat that he's betting besides like 6-7 of diamonds still gets there. Any 6-7 gets there. Maybe like I can't even think of a hand that I beat besides like maybe King 8 of diamonds, but that hand's not betting because it has showdown value. Like King Jack of diamonds, maybe. King Queen of diamonds. Maybe there are hands I beat. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna edit that because this is getting horrible. All right, bye.